Good morning, students. Myself Shilpa Sharma and I am from ECE department. Today, in the series of digital system design, I will teach you about the finite state machine. What are they and what are they used for? Finite state machine are defined in the synchronous circuits. A state machine is what? It's a digital circuit that relies not only on the circuit's input but also the current state of the system. Why? To determine the output. So a state machine is similar to what? Sequential logic circuit whose output depends not only on the present input but also present state of the system. So if number of states are finite, then this kind of machine will be known as finite state machine, that is FSM. So FSMs can exist in several states and it goes from one state to another based on the present input or present state. Any synchronous circuit is a FSM of some form. This means that combination logic is an FSM without memory and flip-flop and counters are also FSMs. See, this is the general block diagram of a general FSM. It will contain combinational block as well as flip-flops. In combinational block, we will give a primary input as well as output, that is W and output Z. Outputs which are secondary outputs, that means next state, will be feedback to the present state. And these flip-flop which will change the outputs, it will work with the help of a clock. So in this way, it will work for synchronous circuits. So for FSM will work on synchronous circuit. Now in general FSM, we will containing how many blocks? One was the combination block and another was the flip-flop, which is known as actually memory block. So combination block will be containing the primary input of W, primary output of Z, and it will also contain present state and next state. Present state will be secondary inputs, that means small y, and next state will be secondary outputs, that means capital Y. Memory block will be containing mainly flip-flops. Now outputs of a state machine, if we wanted to define, then we will see that no provision has been made to show the output Z, which is different from the state variables. The output can therefore be modeled just in two distinct ways. One is with the Moore machine and another with the Mealy machine. Now Moore machine is what? It's a very important question. It comes in the exams. What is the difference between Mealy and Moore model? So what are Moore machines? Moore machine was developed by actually Edward Moore. It is Edward Moore's model. This machine will be containing D, which is a function of W and Q, and output Z, which is a function of Q only. Here F and Z both are Boolean functions. And output only depends on the current state, that means Q. So if output is depending upon the current state, then it will be known as Moore machine. Input and current state determine the next state. So here you can see that input are W, current state is Q, and next state is considered here is D. Now if we wanted to make a circuit, see in a block diagram, with the help of block diagram, we can define Moore machines. In this, first we give the input to combination circuit, which is F, then it will generate output, that means next state of D. It will change the memory element, which will generate the current state, which will again be given to combination circuit of G. Now this current state will be fed back to the input. In this way, this Moore machine works. See, this is the Moore state graph. In this Moore state graph, we define output as well as state. Here state at 0, S1 and S2. Three states are defined and we are using W equals 0 inputs. Whenever W equals 0 input comes, then S0 state will switch to S0 again. But if W equals 1 comes, then it will switch to S1 state. Again, if it is at S1 state and if 1 comes again, then it will remain on the same state. But if it gets changed, that means from 1 to 0, input changes from 1 to 0, then it will switch to another state, that is S2. Here Z's are outputs which will be defined in Moore's machine. Z0, Z equals 0 or 1 we can define. So in this way we can define the Moore state graph. Now continuation, we can also define the state table. How we define the state table? We need to define the present state and next state in the state table as well as input and output. So if 2 states are considered, then total how many states will be there? 4. But according to input 0 or 1, it will multiply by 2, that means total 8 states will be there. So accordingly, A plus B plus will be defined, which are next state. This table is showing that if it is at S0 state, that means 0, 0, and if input W equals 0, then it will remain on the same state. But if 1 comes, then it will switch to another state of S1, that means A plus B plus will be 0, 1, and at this time Z will be 0. So in this way we can define, we can specify any state table of a Moore machine. Now Moore maps. What are Moore maps? Obviously 2 inputs are here, A plus and B plus, and accordingly outputs are here, Z. So Moore maps will be defined accordingly. Z will be depending on A and B. See, wherever 1 Z is 1, we will write 1 there, and accordingly we will map that. In a similar way, if we wanted to make a map for next state, then according to previous state and input we can define the map. In a similar way, another state of B plus will be mapped using these kind of maps. Now what about Mealy machine? That was Moore machine. Now George Mealy made a model which is Mealy machine. It will again be defined by D and Z. Here Z are outputs. In a previous state it was depending upon the current state, but now in Mealy machine it will depend on both the current state and input. This is the major difference. In Moore machine, output will be depending upon the current state, but in Mealy machine output depends on current state as well as current input. So see, a blue line is drawn here. The combination circuit will be depending on the current state Q as well as the input W. This is the main difference between Mealy and Moore. So in the output depends on both current state and input. See, accordingly we will make a graph. In this graph, this is the table. First we will discuss about the graph. In this graph, output will be depending on current state as well as input. So S0 state, if we are at S0 state, then if input W equals 0, then it will remain on the same state, otherwise it will jump on the another state. Here we are not defining output inside these states, we are defining separately. These outputs can be 0 or 1 depending upon our requirement or specification. So this is the main difference between Mealy and Moore graph. In Moore graph, we will define outputs inside the status, and in this we are not going to define output inside the state. Now if we see the state table, that there will be no difference between this will and Moore state table. Both will be same. But in case of map, there is a little change. In this, we are not defining Z output. So only input maps will be generated. So two input maps will be required for current states A plus and current state B plus. Now what about the difference between Moore machine? See, there is the difference. In Mealy machine, as we have talked, that output depends on present state as well as present input. Whereas what about the Moore machine? Moore machine output depends only on the present state. In the Mealy machine, the output changes asynchronously with the change in enabling clock age. Whereas in Moore machine, what happened? In this, output changes just after state change, and it will be synchronously changing with the enabling clock age. So it will change synchronously with this clock age. Okay. Now, as an example, Mealy machine, a counter is what? A counter is not a Mealy machine, but it is a Moore machine because it is changing synchronously just after coming of clock. A Mealy machine will have the same states or fewer states than a Moore machine. In Moore machine, states are more, as we are defining all the inputs and outputs. As well as Moore machine is easier to design as well as to debug. But as it is easy, it is more expensive. So there is no free time because of more expensive and long programming. Now, if we wanted to assign the states, so what will be the step to assign a state? There will be many steps. The first step in designing a circuit is what? Is to drive a state table. You know about the state table? A state table will be having present state, next state, input and output. So we need to drive a state table first using suitable methods. Before realizing the state table using flip-flop and logic gates, reduction of a state table to a minimum number of states is desirable. In general, reducing the number of states in a table will reduce the amount of logic required. If logic required is reduced, the number of flip-flops may also be reduced. Suppose, for example, if a table with 9 states is required to reduce to 8 states, so number of flip-flops required will be reduced from 4 to 3. Why? Because for 9 states, 2 raised to power 4 flip-flops means it will not come in 2 raised to power 3 states, because for 9th state we need to take 1 more flip-flop. So total 4 flip-flops are required. Whereas if it reduced just because of 1 state reduction, it will reduce to 8 states, then what will happen? It will reduce by 1 flip-flop. So it will reduce from 4 to 3 with a possible corresponding reduction in amount of input logic for the flip-flop. If this table, same table, is further reduced to 6 states, then flip-flop are still required as 3. But the presence of more don't care in the flip-flop input equation will further reduce the required logic. So after reducing the state table, the next step in synthesizing the circuit is to assign binary flip-flop states according to corresponding circuit state. So this methodology is known as state assignment. So this was the all about the finite state machine and the state assignments. In the coming videos, we will discuss about the asynchronous state machines or PLD circuits and many more. For now, thank you.